This is, by the way, I'm excited about this, but Tim Collins coming in and telling that get to go to camp a day early.
I knew you were just going to be super torqued about that.
Get this thing going, baby. It's football time.
I'm so excited about this.
Thanks to playing the NFL opener on Thursday night versus the Eagles, Cowboys training camp pushed a day early.
I can't wait to have the great guest that is Brian brought us back on our show for the week.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that was killer.
The great guest. I do my best.
You're a phenomenal guest.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Is this a bad year to be playing the schedule you're playing? We kind of went through it, right? But Pro Football Focus went a little further. They took it a step further. They went through and said this was a story that they ranked the NFL divisions by strength heading into 2025. And so I was going through it and I'm thinking,
oh no,
are they already telling me something that I already know? And they said this is how they opened it up. They said now that the dust is settled, it's time to recess the landscape. And here's how all 8 NFL divisions stack up, ranked by the overall strength of teams within them.
Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going, Brian.
No. Would anybody like to take a guess, just off the jump,
the West,
who
AFC
Pro Football
West.
Focus had as their number 1 division?
Yeah, I'd go AFC West.
I'd say NFC North.
Wow. NFC East.
Be the North.
King of the North.
King of the North. NFC North is their number 1 ranked division.
So they're buying in on the Bears then.
Buying in on the Bears.
Yeah.
I guess like there's 2 teams there. It's like Raiders and Bears in both those divisions.
They're going to say
kind of
this.
like in or out on those two.
Yeah.
They're talking about the cumulative over-under win total for the division of 37.
Wow.
Is what they're saying. The Lions, Vikings, and Packers all finished the 2024 season ranked inside the top 10 of the PFF power rankings. Bears were the only team in the NFC North to fall outside that range, landing at 24. However, with significant upgrades to their interior offensive line, which posted just a 70.1 blocking grade, and sweeping changes to the coaching staff, Chicago is a legitimate dark horse to contend for a wild card spot.
There you go.
Coaching transitions in Detroit and quarterback change in Minnesota add to some uncertainty, but top to bottom, this division is loaded with competitive rosters.
They sure are.
And apparently the Lions have been helped by the schedule makers when it comes to just like the rest advantages.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of games where they have at least an extra day, if not up to 3 extra days of rest on their opponent. I mean, littered throughout their schedule. So that's one of the things to keep in mind about the Lions,
huge.
who I think we all thought might have a little bit of slippage with all the shakeup, especially on the coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
But from a scheduling standpoint, they're going to have a day or 2 or 3 rest advantage in like over half their schedule.
Hey, my bold prediction on BetMGM last Sunday was the Lions before the season. They end up going all in and they make the trade for Trey Hendrickson from Cincy. You go Hendrickson and Aiden Hutchinson.
From one big cat to another.
Brad
dude.
Holmes is super aggressive as a GM. They didn't really address that in the draft.
No question.
And if he's not going to play, Cincinnati might as well trade him.
Might as well. Maybe I could take a guess at what's number 2.
I'll stick with the AFC West.
Yeah.
Go with the West.
Surefire.
Me too.
West. It is the West.
Let's go.
Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos. It's the cumulative over-under win total of 37. So we had 37 from the North, 37 from the West. Chiefs are still the Chiefs, winners of 9 straight AFC West titles and fresh off their 3rd consecutive conference championship. They remain the team to beat, finishing last season ranked 2nd in the PFF power rankings. But they say the gap is closing. The Broncos, who rank 4th in team defensive grade and 2nd in EPA allowed per play in 2024, made notable additions with Dre Greenlaw, Hufanga, and Jahdae Barron. If Bo Nix takes a step forward in his 2nd season, Denver could quickly become one of the league's toughest opponents. We talked about this, right, guys? Didn't we immediately? I know I marked an L for Dallas going to Denver. I just put an L.
Yeah. Their defense is nasty, and their offense is coming around.
Yeah.
And they've had Kansas City's number. You know, if you need that as well. So I would not be surprised if we have some shakeup in that division for the first time in a long time.
I love the runner they got in
But
RJ Harvey.
The Chiefs didn't lose a lot of great players. It's not like they're due. They should be improving by getting healthy.
I think they got the best offensive lineman in the draft. It was Simmons.
Which is a huge need for them.
Yeah. I mean, you can say what you want, but that guy when it's all said and done, we're going to talk about him as one of the better rookie players of the year. They also finished it up by saying, meanwhile, Jim Harbaugh's Chargers are coming off a wild card berth and are built to contend for double-digit wins in 2025. Even the worst team in the division, now led by Pete Carroll with Geno Smith at quarterback, is far from an easy out. There's no soft landing in the AFC West anymore. All right. Would you like to guess who they have as number 3?
Oh, this is where it gets a little tough.
Yeah. I mean,
this could be the NFC East.
Certainly could be.
Because the NFC West is down. It's not the NFC South.
AFC
the AFC
North
North has 2 really good teams, I would think.
If they're thinking Rodgers with the Steelers, maybe that gives them the Steelers bump there to give it 3 out of 4 somewhat respectable teams. I don't know.
I mean, we had the conference title game here.
Yeah.
How good's Washington going to be? If Washington is good, it's got to be the East.
Yeah, give me the East. Yeah, I'll go with the NFC East.
It's NFC West.
What? Really?
Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, 49ers. Win total over under of 37. It's the same as the other 2.
The Cardinals could be sneaky.
It's the Cardinals.
Yeah,
that's what
be sneaky good. Who knows?
And they're saying the Rams remain a tough out. 4th would be the AFC North.
Really, over the NFC East?
Yeah, that'd be the Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, and Browns. Now we get to the 5th best division in football this year, according to PFF. That'd be the NFC East. It's, of course, the Eagles, the Commanders, the Cowboys, the Giants. They're saying the win total for the division is 34.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants are pretty good, though.
Yeah.
They're probably going to have their best quarterback play they've had in a long time.
That defensive front is really good.
Yeah, they got some players there. The receiver, didn't they add another weapon? They got stuff there for Wilson and Winston.
Scattaboo's ready to run through some faces.
Oh, Scat.
Scattaboo.
We'll get to that at 5 o'clock, his run-through faces.
The NFC East sent both representatives to the NFC Championship game last January, but those 2 teams, the Eagles and the Commanders, are carrying most of the weight of the division as a whole.
Wow.
That's what they're saying.
Shots fired.
Philadelphia lost key talent.
Doing a hell of a job.
Yeah, but reloaded effectively enough to remain one of the favorites to return to the Super Bowl in 2025. Washington, meanwhile, struck gold with Jaden Daniels. He's their rookie of the year.
Compare it to the North for me. Yes, you have the Ravens. Who else is good? The Bengals, the Steelers. In the NFC East, the Eagles are the defending champs. For the record, the best team in the NFC whooped the Chiefs, and Washington's a team on the rise.
Yeah.
Plus the Cowboys, who had 3 consecutive 12-win seasons and still have a pretty dang good roster on paper.
On the Cowboys, probably should have defeated the Bengals with Cooper Rush again if it weren't for a special teams blunder.
Yeah, maybe like the Browns and Steelers more, but I don't think it's an easy choice.
They're saying this about the Cowboys. The Cowboys were derailed by injuries at quarterback last season, and while the arrival of Brian Schottenheimer as head coach brings some uncertainty, they still have the talent to be competitive, especially if the run defense, which graded out a league worst 49.3 in 2024, can bounce back.
Wow, it was the worst?
It's bad.
Yeah, well, according to Pro Football Focus, it was at a 49.3. They're saying this about the Giants, though. For the Giants, their quarterback situation, Dawson, you kind of talked about this, remains unresolved with 3 players currently in contention for the starting role. God, I always mess that word up. The offensive line hasn't seen meaningful improvement, which raises concern regardless of who starts under center. However, the additions of Paulson Adebo, Adebo, and Javon Holland should help bolster secondary that ranked 26th in coverage last season. So, would you guys like to guess who the last?
The NFC South.
AFC South?
Those are the 2 bottom feeders.
Yeah, it's probably the AFC South.
It's the AFC South. They're talking about their win total of only being over 30 is what they're talking about.
I can't believe the Titans are still making it a quarterback competition right now.
So
with
ridiculous.
Cam Ward and Will Levis, they're splitting reps there in OTAs.
Hey, just earn it.
That's hilarious.
He was the number 1 pick for a reason. That's your guy. Just lean into it.
I think you're right, Dawson. I think this is just maybe next year's the year to do this. I think now you're kind of in a. I know when I saw the schedule or who you were going to play, it's AFC and I saw that. I went, okay, this is not going to be fun.
I'm going to go into the season and think, man, if they beat the Eagles and if they beat the Packers like week 4 or 5, I'm up for being like, go Cowboys. I think the conference has to come back to you. Detroit's got to get hurt again. Philly can't be as good. Washington can't be as good. Maybe sophomore slump. And I'm willing, like if you're 6 weeks in at 5-1, you can stop the defense. You're running the ball. Dak's protected. I'm willing to reconsider. But right now, going into this year, I think the best thing is it's the other way. You're 2-4 6 weeks in. The schedule's about to get tougher, and you're heading for a top 5 or top 10 pick, and then you come flying back in 2026.
I think this is great news. You've got two divisions that are just going to beat the crap out of each other, and they're just going to be wounded by the time you're playing them. This is awesome. They got to play all those awesome teams twice a year.
Well, everybody else in your division's got to play these teams too.
Yeah, perfect.
So, and plus
those teams are going to be hurting.
Yeah,
absolutely. This is great news.
Stay healthy. You stay healthy second half. Sure.